Okay. It looks like we're doing a thing now.
All right. Cheers.
Okay. All right, so how do we start? We'll just introduce ourselves,
Sure.
talk about whichever you want, and you're good. Turn that towards you, I guess. There we go. Okay. Hello.
How's it going, Andrew?
So far, so good. You're limping. I've got this on my arm.
Yeah.
Look at us getting old and
What
awesome.
happened to you?
Loading and unloading tents and stuff. It's like a little tendonitis action.
That's not good.
Sometimes when it's awkward putting big tents in little cars and taking them out, and it's fine. I wear it like once in a while and then take it off for a couple days and I'm like, God damn it, I did it again. So that's about it.
Oh, I'll figure on the mint.
Hey, we are here at Phantom Fox Beer Company where you have an event coming up that I'd like to hear more about. First, introduce yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm Mark Sullivan, so I'm the brand manager for craft and specialty imports at Crescent Crown Distributing. And we're having an event here on Monday, and really excited to talk about it and give you some more information on what it is and how we can get as many people out as possible to support.
One of the great things about the beer community is those are the things we do all the time. I don't know another like kind of group. Like we're a loose group, right? Like we've got retailers, suppliers, distributors, we've got all the people in our community that come together and we do it a lot.
Yeah.
So it's great that you brought this to us and to everyone to be part of. So tell me more about what's going on.
Yeah, so first of all, thank you for, allowing me to do this, and thank you to Phantom Fox for hosting the event and allowing us to do this podcast here today. So I just kind of wanted to give you a little background on the reason that I'm doing this fundraiser and what it's all about. So back in the mid-90s, I actually lived in Venezuela as an exchange student for a year. And then I would go out back for months at a time. And we also hosted multiple exchange students, including one that lived with us for years. I consider him my brother. The host family that I've lived with, they actually pretty much all live here now in Seattle. And that's my other Venezuelan brother. So they're family to me. For those of you, that saw in the news what happened, Venezuela had 2 back-to-back devastating earthquakes and just really, really wrecked the infrastructure in the country.
Tonight with the horrific images now coming in after devastating back-to-back earthquakes in Venezuela. The magnitude 7.2 and magnitude 7.5 quakes just 39 seconds apart, and they have been deadly.
It was a blip, but there's so much going on that it barely got any time. And the level of devastation was crazy.
And, what people don't understand is that, they're totally unequipped for this. So their first responders make about $100 a month. They're not at all equipped to do any of this kind of stuff. And so, there's going to be tens of thousands of people that are going to die from this, unfortunately. As many as 100,000 people, and obviously that's not being reported. With my background and my connections, I thought, what can we do to help this whole situation? I still have my Venezuelan brother lives over there currently. Reached out to him. We found an organization that he's very close with, and I've been working with them. They're called Fundación Fundación Esperanza de la Flor. And so they started out as an organization that's really helped children with food programs and with art and things like that all over the country. They've fed, over 1 million kids. And when the earthquake hit, they basically took everything and focused on earthquake relief. And so they have been, delivering meals, taking things out to everybody, all of that kind of stuff. And my family over there has also been, doing a ton of stuff. They were actually at the epicenter when this happened. My brother's construction company, they thought that his foreman had passed away because they couldn't get a hold of him for 2 days. And they went to go find him. And he was there. They had to send a motorcycle in to find him because there was no cell service. And the reason he hadn't contacted anyone is because all he was doing was delivering bodies from the epicenter outside. So it's a devastating thing.
And one of the things people say, oh, well, they got everything cleaned up, and like, no, there's hundreds of thousands of people unhoused right now that are living in tents if they're lucky enough to have a tent.
Correct.
And getting any kind of services, water, cell service, yeah, that's a thing that is vital to people living every day. But water, food, shelter, just the very basic sanitation. Like you said, your brother had been taking all the bodies out because you can't just have dead bodies laying around. It becomes a huge problem.
A huge problem. And then, one of the number one requested things has been baby food, because there's a lot of infants that have been abandoned that they don't know who they belong to, and that's another, obviously, a horrible tragedy with all of this, all the children and babies and everything. So yes, I mean, and like I said, they're totally unprepared for this, so there's a lot of humanitarian aid going in, and what we want to do is bring awareness and raise as much money as possible to go directly to victim relief. It's going to go to this organization that I personally know and have vetted, and I know will be sending us videos of where this money is going and everything, which I think will be amazing. We'll get a firsthand view of the difference that we'll be making. So, encouraging everybody to get out here on Monday and attend and help us raise as much money as possible, and you'll be able to see exactly where it goes.
So go ahead and tell us exactly where, when, and what's going on.
Yeah, so it's this Monday, August 3rd at Phantom Fox. It's going to be from 4 to 8, and we will have a lot of different things going on. So we have a lot of food options that'll be here. So we'll have Tacos Chihuas, we'll have Espiritu, we'll have Que Chévere, the Venezuelan restaurant next door, and we'll have Goat and Ram. They're all going to be making food for the event. We will have several guest beers on tap. Everything that is sold that day is the proceeds are going to go to the earthquake relief. And then we're going to have flash tattoos. So it's going to be a very big event. We will have a silent auction, a 50-50 raffle. We've got some great items, from coolers to, there's a lot of gift cards for restaurants all over the valley. I know that we had so many people in the restaurant community and beer community, everything, step up and donate for this event. So that's really, really awesome. And we'll be doing some raffle tickets for that. And so there will be a lot of opportunities for everybody to come out and win some cool things and make a huge difference.
I love it. So I'm going to take that and do that on social media, but a little longer for our podcast listeners who like some more dirt. Putting this together is super hard. So you have to find a venue.
Yeah.
Phantom Fox, amazing people who constantly help in Mesa and around the world.
Absolutely.
So they are buying the beer from
Correct.
breweries.
Yes.
They are then selling it and giving everything above cost of goods
Correct.
over to the foundation, which
Exactly.
is amazing.
Correct.
We've got breweries that are bringing in gifts and swag. I mean, just to put it like low-level swag, sure, and all the other things you said. And that's going directly to the foundation that you are
Correct.
the designated
Yes.
Arizona representative for.
I am, and so what I did was I had them actually put together on formal letterhead, making me an actual part of the charity. So I am their authorized representative in the state of Arizona. So that allows me to, bring over all the charity items and things like that. That's really important when you're trying to do an event like this, to make sure that they're not bringing it out directly to the bars and things like that, or restaurants, that they're having the charity do that. So it was very important for me to make sure that I was able to get that designation and to do everything the right way.
Yeah, it can be really tricky setting one of these things up when it's so important, whether it's international or local. If a person in our community is struggling and we put something like this together, it's really important that all those little boxes get checked.
Yep.
So that look, you have a pretty big deal job in the beer industry,
Right.
and you definitely want to keep your nose clean because we don't need any
Exactly.
nonsense. So
Exactly.
yeah, there's some weird stuff that has to happen to make that work. So thank you for going above and beyond to make that happen and for really putting your heart out for the people that are in need. It's great.
Absolutely. No, I appreciate it. Thank you. And,
Yeah.
like I said, that this whole thing wouldn't have come together if, Phantom Fox hadn't agreed to do it right away. I mean, they were the first people that I contacted, and, Trent and Eric, the owners, are really great people. And I knew they would be on board for this, and they put in a ton of work to make this happen. And so, really looking forward to doing as much as we can.
Yeah, thank you. All right, I think that's it. I want to make this short so we can get out ASAP. And thank you for taking your time to come down here and all your time to make this happen.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Cool.
Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Cheers.